UzerFriendly.
Hey guys, UzerFriendly here, your #1 news source for everything geek, and welcome to Geek Talk, the segment where we interview iconic geeks in our culture. I'm your host, Anthony, and today we've got the Lew-niest YouTuber around. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, this is, or oh hi I should say. This is Chad from Lewtoons, ready to get to it.
Sweet. So, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel?
Yeah, so basically, my channel just centralizes around cartoons and animation, and basically anything that has to do with that is fair game for content. So top 10s, counting down lots of nostalgic stuff, or sort of long form reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the top 10 swords.
Oh, thank you.
That one honestly is my favorite so far. So what are a few cartoons that really defined your childhood?
A few common cartoons.
Yeah, just any cartoons that define your childhood that you can remember.
Well, a lot of them would be just like classic sort of team style action cartoons, like just a lot of the classics like that you would think of, like especially one that I that I really thinking of right now just popped into my head is like there was a Mighty Ducks cartoon where they were like,
oh my
they were like
goodness,
crime fighters.
Yeah.
Basically like anything really weird like that, like Street Sharks or Extreme Dinosaurs. And I don't know why I was so obsessed with that kind of cartoons growing up, but I was just obsessed with it. But
Yeah.
before that, I mean, that was like when I was a little bit older, but to start like when I was a really little kid, my parents used to have all these Popeye VHSs laying around. They were like black and white Popeye cartoons.
Okay, yeah.
And that and like the Disney Robin Hood, if you remember that, had like the foxes and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those were like some of the first animated things I remember seeing. So basically, I mean, ever since I was really young, I wanted to be an animator and figure out how I could do that.
Okay, have you gotten any like closer into becoming an animator?
You know, this is a little like depressing, but I sort of in middle school I did like a ton of animation. I just went out and I bought like just dozens of books and didn't have YouTube tutorials too much back then, but I sort of realized like you can keep in practicing and drawing, but if you have like a really good skill of drawing, that's really helpful. And honestly, I'm just not that good at drawing to begin with. So like I have to try way harder if I want to make anything look good. So when I go to animate stuff in like I use Flash. So when I go to animate stuff in Flash, I'm just like pulling my hair out and like so frustrated because I'm just not that good at drawing just initially. But I do, one of the video series I do is just where I draw myself in like a certain style.
Yeah,
That's a little bit easier because then that way I don't have to animate. But
yeah.
every now and then I'll go back and try and do some animation. I'm hoping to put out something sometime, another animation. But
yeah, that would be really cool. I would love to see some.
yeah, I mean I work as a motion graphics artist, so I kind of do animation for my full-time job. So that's kind of
that's cool.
I'm still sort of an animator.
Oh, that's really awesome.
Not the type I once thought, but you know, there's always time.
Yep, definitely. You got forever and a day. So, what are some cartoons that you're really into now?
Well, you know, I've just been reading all about. I was liking Clarence, right? But
okay, yeah, and then yeah.
And I want to keep liking it, but something about that I really liked, and hopefully it's not the weird creator of it. But I also really liking Steven Universe. It's
yeah,
one of my favorites. I just love the colors in that show. They're just so crazy. I also I'm not watching Korra yet just because with Avatar Last Airbender, the way I watched it was like in huge chunks.
Yeah,
like I just can't stand week to week
waiting.
So it's been easy enough for me to avoid spoilers. So I'm sticking with it. I think I like to just binge stuff.
It's strange that Korra isn't as popular recently as Avatar is, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah, Avatar was it's tough to replicate just because the core characters are just they're just so good.
Yeah, definitely.
But let's see what else. I'm still watching Naruto. I guess I won't ever be done watching that.
that's gonna go on forever.
Yep. And something I've been watching a lot recently, which has been awesome, is I started watching The Simpsons again. I haven't been watching that
Yeah,
I think I watched maybe like the first 8 or 9 seasons, and then I just sort of stopped. You sort of get that no end in sight kind
yeah,
of thing, and it's a little,
yeah, a little off-putting.
yeah. So I started watching some Simpsons episodes again, and I started remembering why I liked it, and it's got a
Yeah,
humor that's so different when you think about like Family Guy or South Park, which are the
yeah,
more popular kind of adult cartoon kind of deals.
yeah. The new episodes of The Simpsons, I think they're progressively getting a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Especially I know there was one recently about the Pirate Bay.
I didn't
That,
see that one. Oh, like
uh,
the torrent thing, or
yeah,
okay.
that was pretty funny. So could you name a few cartoons that you really don't like?
um, for me, I really just stray away from like sort of like ironic stuff, where it's like it's
Okay.
so sort of like the thing I always say when people ask me this is like Squidbillies is a good example. It's just like sort
Yeah.
of intentionally poorly drawn, sort of in an ironic way,
Yeah.
and when you're taking up, you know, airtime and slots that people would kill to have and make some really cool animation.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're sort of making like ironic jokes, and I understand that you know why people like it. I'm not saying it's whoop whoop. Sorry, let's say it's bad,
Yeah, no, it's
but
fine.
it's it's not definitively bad. It's just not for me. Like it's
Yeah,
some
I
other stuff like
understand.
that. Like I actually don't know if Uncle Grandpa was supposed to be ironic or not, but I didn't didn't really work for me
Yeah,
too
no,
well.
me neither, actually. I think that sort of the intentionally OMG random kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
really sets me off, or puts me off from shows like that. Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Um,
Like, and that's just like a taste issue too. For me, like I said, it's like some of my favorite cartoons growing up. If you look back at them now, they're just like completely terrible. Like, if you
yeah.
watch an episode of like Extreme Dinosaurs, you'd be like, "What is this?" But there's just something about that action genre that I've always loved. It's why I love Generator Rex and Ben
Yeah.
10, Batman Beyond, Static Shock, all that stuff. Like, that's just my sort of favorite world of cartoons. So it's definitely not. It's definitely a way different alley from something like, you know, Squidbillies or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Man, I love Ben 10 and Static Shock.
Yeah, Static
Wow.
Shock is amazing.
Yeah, I really love how what they did with the character in Static Shock. Wow. That's a throwback.
Hmm.
So, what made you want to start working on YouTube videos?
Well, I used to do animation on Newgrounds.com. You familiar with that?
Yeah, definitely.
And under the name Red Harvest, if you ever want to go and dig up my old horrible stuff. But so I used to do animations for that site, and I started out. It's really cool for that site because you really get this sense of like it's like the American dream on a website.
Yeah,
You get this
definitely.
sense of like you really can get
Yeah.
your stuff seen on like YouTube. Your stuff can just get buried.
Yeah.
Like on Newgrounds, the way that they present the animations, like you can watch every single one, and it's really easy to find everything.
Yeah.
So I was doing a lot of animation on there, and I worked really, really hard. And eventually, I got some of my stuff on the front page, and I started to get
Ooh,
like some following and everything. And then all of a sudden, like just when I had like started to get some traction, everyone just like left for YouTube, and I was like, what the
YouTube,
hell?
yeah.
And so I was like, okay, and I was like way behind on the bandwagon of that too. So um, I didn't get like get the memo until like 3 years later or something like that. I was still just trying my best on Newgrounds and trying to get better at animating. And so I ended up finally moving over to YouTube with my some animations, and I ended up just like I was like, yeah, doing this is really fun. Like animating is fun, but I just want to do because it's like one way you can get like short, quick animations on YouTube is like a great way to get a ton of views really quickly.
Yeah.
Unless and like so I was like, yeah, I'm doing these animations, but I just want to make like one small thing just for me for like my own fun. And I
Hmm.
made a top 10 list, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna get like 20 views, but I'm just gonna it's for more for me. Like I know no one wants to hear me talk about this stuff, but I just want to make it for myself. So
Yeah.
I ended up doing that, and like as time went on, those started to become like way more popular than my animations, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I like doing this way more than animating anyways. So I sort of transitioned out, and super lucky. I think I sort of was able to trick YouTube a little bit by starting out by making just like really fast animations.
Yep, and then
So I had like a really nice little platform. So yeah, that helped me get like a really nice edge to get the rest of my stuff seen, and then I was able to just sort of not do as much animating anymore.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like Ego Raptor. He was in Newgrounds for so long, and he always strayed away from YouTube, and then he moved on to YouTube.
Yep.
And now instead of animating, he does all the Let's Plays with games and stuff. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I could see that. So which channel do you prefer and why? Cartoon Network, Nick, or Disney Channel?
Oh man, that's some real stuff right there.
Yeah, I know.
Today?
Yeah, right now.
Well, and I can't believe I forgot to mention it when you asked what some of my favorite shows are right now. I was just thinking of what's airing, but Gravity Falls is like one of my favorite shows. Like maybe in years. I just love it. Like the anticipation. I don't think I've ever like sat in anticipation of an animated show to come back like with a cliffhanger like this. I'm just like, what's gonna happen?
I know, it's really good.
Yeah, so like with them having Gravity Falls, I just let's see. Let me think though. Let me be fair about it. That's my biased answer. I'll go where Gravity Falls goes, but Cartoon Network, they've got Adventure Time and regular show, which is pretty good. Pretty strong for fans and everything. Ben 10 Omniverse. I don't know about that though. Geez, I can't even. I haven't watched Nickelodeon like on TV.
Yeah.
I can't even think of what's on right now.
Just Korra and a lot of teen.
Like SpongeBob's still going.
Yeah, SpongeBob and with that show with Ariana Grande. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I watched an episode of that and I was like, okay, is this really how she talks?
No.
That was very annoying. That was very annoying to watch. Yeah, I think Disney Channel, but
okay.
Obviously, if you go into the past, that answer
Cartoon
changes.
Network. Yeah. What were some adversities you had to face when you started uploading?
It's really hard, like on YouTube, just to get your foot in the door. That's I mean, anyone can tell you. It's just, and it's you don't get rejected. Like you're like, hey, here's my video, and YouTube's like, sorry, it's not going to be a hit. But you sort of get an indirect rejection through being like, didn't get any views.
Yeah, I know.
But you just have to sort of keep going, and because the main thing that I've realized about YouTube is people just want like something they can depend on, and that's totally understandable because the channels that I just subscribe to, I want them to upload frequently because I like what whoever they are makes. So like if it's really intermittent, it's you can lose faith, and not lose faith in them, but you lose like the interest. So I think that's really the hard thing, is just getting your foot in the door, and that's sort of hard to. It's just like a really hard peak before you've even like started climbing up.
Yeah.
But I was able to join a network for a little while, and it was really nice. They were able to help promote like some of my videos and connect me with some other people. So I would definitely recommend that for starting out.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you usually do in your time off of YouTube?
In my time off of YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, not a whole lot. I mean, I have a full-time job, so I'm usually working like on my channel like with most of my free time. But every now and then I get watching some shows, of course, and I play a little bit of League of Legends.
Oh wow!
Always fun. Well, not always. Sometimes I'm crying onto my keyboard, but and every now and then I play a little bit of guitar, but not very much, and drink. Okay. But I can do that during all that other stuff.
So, how has the YouTube community changed your life?
The YouTube community, it's really great. Like the biggest thing that I've really loved and has really sort of given me the sort of excitement to continue. Not that I didn't want to continue, but it's just really propelled me forward. It's just um, a lot of people, because a lot of people that are my age we're right in like that 90s kid era, and
Yeah.
a lot of people send me messages saying like, oh, like how do you have the courage to like keep watching cartoons when you're like that old? And I'm just like, I don't know. It's like I realize that like some of the content that I make helps like maybe seem more some of these older cartoons and
Yeah.
things seem more like appropriate to watch for anyone because they're just cool stories, and it's for people who appreciate the art, the drawings, the voice acting, the music, all that stuff. It's not a bunch of kids or anything. So it makes me really happy and excited that people sort of take that away from some of my videos, that you're never too old to watch cartoons, really.
Cartoons, yeah, definitely. I think recently, I think Adventure Time has really helped with that too.
Yeah.
With Pendleton Ward having this, the surface is so happy, but then deep in it is more of a way more deep and
Yep.
um, thoughtful story.
And the humor too in Adventure Time is
Yeah,
very relatable for anyone.
yeah, anyway, yeah. So what'd you think of userfriendly.com?
The website, I've
Yeah.
only been to your guys' YouTube channel, but
Oh, okay.
I thought it was great. I love the branding. I'm a graphic design major, so I'm really particular about logos and branding and stuff. And that's another thing that a lot of people on YouTube don't do very well, is just brand things. And I think what you guys got going is it's going to be great. Got
Thank you.
Keep interviewing people, keep doing the nerd content. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying. We're actually we just got finished recording an entire series today, so hopefully that'll be up soon.
Nice.
That's good. Yep.
What's it about?
Well, we're doing like a trying series of video games.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, where we play it for about half an hour and see what we like about it, and if it's really good, we'll keep playing. But
Mm-hmm.
and we're trying to get this is the first time anyone's gonna hear this, but
Uh-oh.
we're trying to get a Dungeons and Dragons series going,
Mm,
where it's a web series sort of dramedy YouTube thing.
cool.
Hopefully it works out the way that we want it to work out. But yeah, that's the next big thing that's coming up.
That's awesome. Can't get more geeky really
Yeah,
than Dungeons and Dragons. I've
Drag-
always
yup,
wanted
exactly.
to play Dungeons and Dragons. I played a game, like my friends group growing up was obsessed with Warhammer. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
We'd sit in my parents' basement painting little figurines just all night. We'd have like our little dumb, like, not that they're dumb, but we had our, like, you know how relationships in 7th grade are so dumb. Like,
Yeah.
do you want to go hang out with our girlfriends? We'd be like, nah, we'll just play Warhammer. So we were about one step away from getting into Dungeons and Dragons, but it seems like an awesome game for anyone that loves like all the fantasy and cool stuff like that.
It really is. It was actually when we first started playing, it was surprisingly fun because you never know what's gonna happen. You guys just pick whatever happens
Mhm.
and talking ghetto to goblins. That was yeah, it's fun times.
Yeah, it gets sort of a bad rap in the public eye, but it
Yeah.
seems like an awesome game.
hmm is there any advice you'd like to give to people just starting up?
On YouTube?
Yep.
Well, like I said before, one of the big things that helped me get a lot of subscribers early on was being a part of a network. And a lot of people stray away from that because you have to do a revenue split. So basically you
Yeah.
give them like some of the money you earn off of ads, and they just sit there and they're like, ha ha ha. So it seems like sort of like, why would I ever do that? But the networks like bring a lot that people don't think of, and to not do that starting out would be probably a mistake. It's really good for promotion and having a community of people that
Yeah.
will sort of cross promote.
Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for having this interview with us. It's It's honestly an honor to talk to you, man.
I don't know about that, but thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Make sure to check out userfriendly.com for more thoughts and news when it arises, and don't forget to subscribe. We're user friendly, and we're signing off. Power to the geeks.